what does the heart of a narcissistic person really look like? What's going on inside of that heart of theirs? And obviously, I'm not talking about the heart that pumps blood throughout the body. I'm talking about the heart behind the motivation to be abusive towards you. I'm talking about their intentions towards you. I'm talking about what drives them to treat you the way that they do. That's the heart that we need to address. Is there any reason whatsoever for you and I to believe that there is a good heart in somebody towards you who is abusive towards you? Well, the short answer to that is no. But for the sake of many of you who might be stuck in a toxic relationship with narcissistic family members or a spouse or a group of friends or anybody, because you've been told, well, there is a good heart in there, we're going to dive deeper into this topic. My name is Kevin, and this is The Royal We. And now, before I continue with this very important message about the heart of a narcissist towards you, I want to let you know that I'm here to support you. Down in the description box below this video, you'll find access for one-on-one appointments with me. I do take telephone calls as well as video calls through Zoom, FaceTime, and WhatsApp. So if you are in a position where you need some one-on-one coaching to get through a very difficult, toxic relationship, head on down there, schedule some time with me. I'd love to coach you through it. Also, I have a coaching program, and now my coaching program is an accountability program, and it's centered around people coming together as a community to hold each other accountable, to break the trauma bonds and go no contact and stay accountable. So if you're looking for a group to hold you accountable, to make the changes that you need to make to live a better life, then don't hesitate. Get on down there and check out the Rowie coaching program. I would love to see you in class. And by the way, it's live and in person every day. My coaching program is not pre-recorded videos, right? It's not last year's model that I'm trying to sell you on. I promise you, I'm there every single day talking with you, working with you, answering your questions. So if that's what you want, head on down there and get started. Now let's talk about the heart of a narcissistic person. What's going on in that heart of theirs? Do we have any reason to believe that there is a good heart towards you within somebody who is abusive towards you? Well, first of all, where do we even get this idea from? To begin with, it's very convenient for abusive personalities and narcissistically abusive people out there. Narcissists all over are well known to be abusive, and then when things get really out of their control, maybe you're threatening to leave, maybe you've already left, maybe years have gone by, they're really good at saying, even if I said that stuff, it wasn't really my heart. You have to know my heart. Abusive people are great at doing all kinds of horrible things. They can throw things at you. They can punch things, holes in the wall. They can yell and scream within inches of your face and say, oh, but that's not my heart. I love you. My heart loves you. You have to know that. It can be such a confusing and gaslighting experience to have somebody abusive towards you, but then also confuse it with saying, oh, that's not really my heart. You have to know my heart. How convenient for them, right? So abusive people will, in fact, use that against you. It is a gaslighting. It is a technique. It's a control technique that allows them to keep you confused. It causes you to believe that there is a separation between a heart and them. It's almost like it causes you to develop a sense that there's two entities you're dealing with. You've got this abusive entity, and then you have this good entity that you're not really able to get to. Or maybe you have to earn. Abusers love that. I mean, how convenient for a narcissistic person to get you to believe that there is this good heart, but ooh, you got to work for it. Wow. Do you see how this whole concept of having a good heart, even though they're abusive, do you see how it serves them? It serves them. It's convenient for them. Now, that's one reason you might be buying into this nonsense. The second one is that it's allowed because certain ideas and concepts which have been twisted out there primarily through Christianity has put out there this idea that in all people there's this heart that only God can see. Nobody can see but God. Only God knows the heart. Only God can judge a person's heart. Right? And as a result, it leaves you with this sense of this mystery of this thing called the heart, which leaves room now for abusive people to do what they do. Since now you're intrigued by this mystery, oh, there's this heart that only God can see, that I can't judge, only God can judge. Oh, it's so mysterious, and so an abusive person can play off of that. So you can't judge my heart, only God can judge my heart. You can't see my heart. Forget that I'm abusing you, you can't see my heart. Right? So the two play together. Modern Western world Christianity, which has twisted the concept of a heart, which I'm going to get into in just a moment here. I'm going to prove to you, by the way, that it's not the case. I'm going to prove to you that if there is indeed a heart, you can, in fact, know exactly that person's heart. I'm going to prove it to you. All right? However, Western world Christianity, some of society's nonsense and all the baloney has convinced you that there's this mystery to the heart that nobody understands. Abusers have used this to say, oh, you don't know my heart, so they can get away with their abuses. And therefore you are stuck. So let's put this to rest once and for all, shall we? Shall we? I'm going to actually use the biblical references, if you don't mind. I'm not trying to convince anybody out there to believe what I believe. I'm simply using the biblical references so that you can get an ancient perspective of how they viewed the heart. Are you ready? Here we go. First of all, I'm going to take us to a scripture that's found in the book of Proverbs, which is an ancient proverb out of the Bible, right? Proverbs 27 says this: as in water face reflects the face, so the heart of a person reflects the person. Listen, this right there blows the concept out of the water that there is a heart that we can't see. What it's saying is, as a person can look at their reflection in the water, the heart of a person, if you want to know what it is, just look at that person's face. That will show you a reflection of the heart. Period. In. I could drop this microphone right now and I could leave and I could come back tomorrow and see how many of you are applauding down below saying, oh my gosh, that's right. It does in fact say that. The heart is no more than a reflection of the person's face. So if you're dealing with abusive parents, an abusive spouse, there is no different heart in them than what you're seeing. What you're seeing in their face, what you see in their aggression, what you see in their gossip, what you see in their demeaning, devaluing nature, that's a reflection of their heart. There's no better heart. What are you waiting for? What are you hoping is going to happen? You know? Let's continue on. It gets worse. There's more, right? Here we go. Matthew 15, verse 18 says this: but what comes out of the mouth proceeds from the, some of you know this. Let's say it together. What comes out of the mouth proceeds from the what? Everybody on the count of three. 1, 2, 3. The heart. The heart. What this says is that what comes out of a person's mouth comes with or comes through intention. It comes through motivation. It comes through their drive. You see, there's no need for you to question what the heart of a narcissistic person looks like. There's no need for you to question what their intentions are. Because when they speak to you, their heart is being revealed. Let's keep going. There's more. Matthew chapter 15, verse 18 says here more. It actually gets into what narcissists actually are, right? It says, for out of the heart comes evil thoughts. Narcissistic people and their gossip and their slander, it's all evil thoughts. Their lies and their smear campaigns, it's all evil. Their desire to hurt people, it's all evil thoughts. It comes from their heart. This is what Matthew says. Right? It proceeds from their heart. For out of the heart comes the evil thoughts. Murder comes from a person's heart. People who out there killing people, murdering people, It's their heart doing that. There's no separation. There's no different heart in these people, folks. Come on. People who commit adultery, that's their heart. Their heart's committing adultery. Sexual immorality, theft, false witness, slander, it's all in their heart. Right? Slander, talking bad about people, lying, gossiping about people, it comes from a person's heart. Now, none of us are perfect. I'm sure many of us can look at this and say, wow, some of those things have come from my heart, Kevin. Fair enough. But admitting that we're all not perfect doesn't mean you need to be associating with somebody whose heart is for murder or whose thoughts are evil. Let's say your heart has slipped up and you have slandered somebody. Once again, doesn't mean that you need to be hanging out with people who are a theft. By the way, theft is in there. People who steal. It's their heart. Meaning, what does this mean? It means they intend to do it. They're driven to do it. They're motivated to do this stuff. When you're with an abuser, spouse, family, whatever they're saying, however they're treating you, the narcissistic abuse is motivated. It is their intentions. It's their heart. Stop waiting around to see if there's some other heart that doesn't exist. It's delusional. And I don't want you to be delusional. I want you to respond to what you're dealing with. Respond to it by getting out now that you know their heart. Right? Last one I'm going to share with you, Romans chapter 10, verse 10. For with the heart one believes and is justified, and with the mouth one confesses and is saved. What this is saying is that what comes out of a person's mouth is a confession of a person's heart. I'm going to end it right there. I shared 3 powerful ancient literature scriptures with you that prove to you the concept of a separate heart from an abusive person is utter nonsense. Don't be tripped up on that. Don't buy into the Western world Christian thought that, oh, there's a good heart in somebody who's abusing you, when the Bible clearly states that whatever's coming out of that person is actually coming from their heart. There's no separating the two. When you look at somebody who's abusing you, you're seeing their heart. Don't ever let them tell you that it's not their heart. If it wasn't their heart, it wouldn't come out that way. If their yelling and screaming wasn't their heart, then they wouldn't be yelling and screaming. It is their heart. Sometimes the best thing you could do for a narcissistic person is to be able to correct them and say, no, it is your heart and it's okay. You don't have to like me. You don't have to love me anymore. I will go. You can think I'm whatever these nasty things are you're saying about me. You can think that, and I will leave you alone forever. Because you, and I'm talking to you watching this video, you don't need to be associating with anybody whose heart towards you is any of those things. Murderous, slanderous, evil thoughts, nasty, narcissistic. You don't need to have that heart around you. All right? As I said before, I'm here to support you. If you need clarification on this issue, head on down there, schedule some time with me. I'd love to talk with you, and I'll be back with more videos for you right here on The Royal We. Before I go, watch this video right here.